Hello, guys, and welcome back. Happy Monday. I hope you've all had a slayful weekend.
Yes, that was good.
Thank you so much.
Slayful.
How are we feeling, Tori?
Today, good.
Okay, cool.
Which is perfect. Yeah, no, feeling good. Feeling good today. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good today. Yeah, I'm okay.
Emphasis on the today.
Today,
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't really spoken much this week, just together.
Nah.
We've kind of been
We've been in our
separate.
bubbles.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I can also tell we don't really want to.
We just know. Like, we seriously know when it's like, I'll come home from a walk and maybe be grumpy, and Lily will be like, I'm staying in my own lane. Or like, Lily will come home from the gym, I'm like, let's not talk to her. And like, that's just it. Like, there's no conversation needed, which is just nice.
No, there's not. And you can also tell when someone's like not in the mood too. They know, they're like,
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll respond really bluntly. Otherwise, like, if we're both good, conversation doesn't stop. Like in the
Exactly.
car on the way here, we were just like,
Yes.
this, that, this, that, this, that.
Yeah. We just
So
know.
yeah, it's kind of good. Someone asked me the other day like how it is living with you, and I was like, fucking the easiest thing.
It is so
Like-
easy. Yeah. We have like our pros and cons and they like align perfectly.
Yeah, they do.
And I find that is very rare. It's either like our personalities are so similar yet so different and it just works.
Yeah,
So seamlessly.
Yeah.
Love it.
love it so much. Okay, I'm gonna start with my R&R because
Okay.
you started last week.
All right. Absolutely take it away.
Okay, so Jackson is still sick.
And like sick.
Yeah. So this is day 8 or 9. And like when he gets sick, he gets sick. Like he has been in our bed for 9 days.
Yeah, it's not I've seen him twice or 3 times and it's him walking down the stairs to get watermelon out of the fridge. He takes one step at a time. It's not like walking down the stairs. It's like one step.
Oh my God, it's
pause,
so slow.
One step, pause. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
pick the pace up.
Yeah, I know. So they think he has a respiratory infection. So he's on all the herbs and the supplements. He is improving. Last night was his best sleep in terms of like coughing and stuff. It was also my best sleep since he's been sick. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, he's just recovering and like he's had a full week of work, footy, editing, literally been in bed doing nothing but TikTok or sleeping.
Wow.
Like literally nothing. And like the poor guy.
yeah,
Right. But being a nurse is really hard work.
it is. And I spoke to him last night and he was like, yeah, Tori's over it. She's like, she's done.
Yeah.
And I was like, honestly, fair enough. Go make
Yeah.
your own dinner.
Yeah. Well, I said to him this morning, I'm like, you actually probably should start to like get up and make your own breakfast.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, but I'm hungry. And I was like, oh my God. Anyway, so it's just been a full-time nursing job along every other job that I have. And yes, it has affected my sleep just with his coughing. And I feel like I used to be the deepest sleeper ever until I got older. And I'm like, imagine when I'm a mum, like,
No.
or even when I'm a dog mum, you will hear every little
Well,
thing.
especially because you want to care for them so much. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, what's going on? You're just on alert.
Yeah. And like, if just like, since moving in with Jackson from day 1, I reckon that's where it's like started to be like, oh, movement, oh, like, oh, it's so annoying. I'm like, can we just go back to that deep sleep for a bit?
Just be
Anyway.
me.
But the hardest thing is too, like when you're sick, you just want someone with you. And so even his mum was like, yeah, like he just like needs like someone there. And I was like, totally, like I'm the same. I always just want him there when I'm sick. So I'm trying to like edit in bed or like do laptop work in bed. And I hate working from bed unless
Yeah.
it's like I'm sick or like I'm just having a bed day, whatever. But if I don't have to work from bed, I'm not. Like,
No.
And so my whole routine this week has just been like
Out the window.
thrown out the window. And like grateful because I do have the flexibility and freedom to like
Do so.
have a week like this and still get the work done that I need to.
Mm.
So that is like that. What else? Wednesday was an absolute write-off.
What'd you do on Wednesday?
Wednesday I was in bed until it wasn't Wednesday.
Wasn't that yesterday you napped?
No, maybe it was Tuesday. Like I had the whole day in bed and I think I did 3,000 steps for the whole day. I didn't train
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Because you were so sore.
Yes, because we
Yes.
trained together Monday.
Yes.
We were both really sore and then I literally was in bed the whole day.
Wow, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, like I just like couldn't do anything. And I think like it's just a part of being out of routine and like the weather doesn't help, but we're not going to go into that. So yeah, I've done 2 gym sessions this week. I've got hot Pilates tonight and I'm so keen. See how I feel, probably train over the weekend. Next week I have my More For Me intensive.
Yeah, so excited.
I am so excited. I literally was in a vortex this morning had my binaural beats on in my headphones, lit a candle, opened up my windows, and I was like,
I'm on.
like I'm on. Like this, I'm so excited to just like have this conversation with these girls. There is currently one spot left. So if you're listening to this real time on Monday, the call is tomorrow night, Tuesday, 5 till 7 p.m. Link is in my bio.
What's it about?
Essentially, this was born from me wanting to continue mentoring, but in a way that was like less, like I could help more people in less time.
Yep.
If that makes sense. And so I was on a walk, classic, and I was like, how can I do this? Like, how can I make this happen? And a friend has a very similar, like, kind of call structure for a completely different, like, for social media. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like, one call a month with anyone that buys in that month who wants to just better themselves, wants to change their life. And what stemmed this the most was a family member reaching out being like, I need help. Like, I hate my work. I hate where I'm at. I hate my body, mentally not good. Like, literally everything that I've been through and changed in the last 5 years, she needs help with. And I'm like, yeah, I can actually help you with that.
Yeah.
And so I've created this course or this call intensive to go through all of, you know, my journey and what I've endured, but also the tips and tricks that have helped me change my life, like completely backflip 180, and put it into like a 2-hour call, but also so it's so like I'm connecting with other people.
It's like engaging.
Yeah, like I don't want a call where I'm just coming on and I'm talking for 2 hours and you get to say nothing.
It's not a lecture.
No.
Yeah.
Like I want them involved. They're writing, they're talking, they're introducing themselves, they're talking about their limiting beliefs. Like it's a very, and that's why I've limited it to, it was 8, we sold out, so now it's 10. And I was like, I want it to be so engaging that they're like, they feel a change. They feel like they've leveled up.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you need that, just come along and join.
Tomorrow.
It's
We're
tomorrow.
on.
Yeah, fuck. So that I'm so excited for. This week, tired, drained, very low energy, and I think that's just part of Jackson being sick.
You really just vibe off the other person.
Yeah.
The energy's high, your energy's high. Their energy's low.
And it's like not even just like in a relationship, like our household.
100%.
Like if you're down, like we'll feel it, and you know, like you feel the energy. And I don't know whether like, because you said to me this morning, like, is your period due?
Yeah.
And I was like, technically yes, but on my cycle, I'm like halfway through. So I'm day 25 currently, which is like your week before your period, basically.
Can you imagine if you got it next week?
I would be so happy.
That mean, wow.
I would hope I do.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be amazing. But yeah, I currently have it's like 55 day cycles.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. But if I get one next week, I'm absolutely living for that. And lastly, I hired a mentor.
She did.
And I'm so excited about it. I've been looking for another mentor for quite some time, and I've been just like not sure.
It's just having someone in your corner, right? Because like I guess I have Beck, my coach, and yes, it's just for gym, but even then it's just like nice to be able to connect with someone on the journey you're currently on. Obviously right now I'm on my gym journey, so having a gym coach helps me so much when you're on your like business journey and need someone like self-development.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to opt to. You just need someone in your corner.
Yeah. And so I found her through my kinesiologist. So she's pretty much my kinesiologist's coach.
Yeah.
And I did a session with my kinesiologist and it was like a school session. So the teachers were online coaching her as she was coaching me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really, really cool. And I got to know my mentor now. And so they are able to liaise together through what my sessions entail to then have my mentor reflect more. So it's just like, I can get the balance from my kinesiology and I can get the session through her, and then she can then liaise to Sarah, and then Sarah can come back and be like, right.
Yeah.
So yes, this is all about business, but then like what's happening in your sessions? Where are you out of balance? Where are you lacking, or what's going on to then like help the business vibe? Which I'm like, yes.
That's a great connection.
That's exactly what I needed. And she's quite a lot older than me, and I'm like, I feel like that's what I wanted. Like, I think because, you know, we have friends in the coaching industry and the mentoring industry, you get so involved in it that I'm like, I want someone like out of that. And like, she's in it, but she's out.
Yep.
If that makes sense. So I'm like, she's older, you know, she's not like she's on social media obviously for her business, but that like her social media needs help. So I'm willing to help her with that as well. But she's like purely just going to be there for me in the startup stage of my business, which leads me into my next step where I'm feeling so much limbo at the moment.
Why?
This week has felt so weird. I've been like,
I feel like you also put so much pressure on yourself, which is almost like, I'm going, I'm not, I'm going, I'm not.
Yeah,
and it's like,
which is why I
take it
pulled
away.
back. Yeah. So my kinesiologist, and I think I spoke about this last week, where she was like, why do you have to launch today? I was like, well, I don't. And then she was like, what happens if you launch and what happens if you don't? And I was like, not much either way. And so I took like all the pressure off, because after that last session, I was like, okay, I've got some work to do around this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we kind of spoke about this last week.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, I need a mentor right now in my corner, because this business means so much to me. Hence why I feel all this emotion and pressure and whatnot. So to have her there and work through the structure before I launch feels so important to me. But I felt limbo in the sense that like I'm waiting for my first call with her, which is next Thursday. So there's nothing really to do in the back end of that business for now. I've got working on my more for me like notes and intensive. And then like social media is just like the same. So I feel like I haven't had a massive workload, and I've felt like I'm like, oh, like I feel bad I'm not working,
But it's
I'm
looking
like,
at that in a positive way.
yeah, I know.
Because you know that it's going to up level soon, and you're gonna then all of a sudden you have heaps of social media jobs, and it's like, well, fuck, I like, you know, it's actually it's okay to settle.
Yeah,
it's okay to just wait.
It is. And it's like, it's only Feb. Like this is like the stepping points of me building word for the year of my 2024. So it's just like anchoring into that. And like so far my manager for social media was like, we're like over halfway to what you want to make per month.
Yeah.
Like for like all your brands this month. And I was like, slay.
Yeah.
And it just feels so like good and easy at the moment, which is amazing, which is where we want to get to.
The biggest thing as well that I kind of took from that is sometimes being productive is doing nothing. Because you could make yourself busy, but it's like, for what?
Yeah.
Because then you're just kind of filling the gaps and you're not actually being productive, you're just being busy.
And it's been a blessing because I've been so tired this week. Like I have not been able to wake up to my alarm, which just doesn't happen. This morning I slept till 7. I don't do that. I've done that twice this week. So it's been a blessing that I've needed to slow down, and I've been able to do that without being like, oh, but I have to do this and that. Like I haven't had to do that. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm chill. Yeah. And my last one.
Ugh.
Don't give me that. Okay, so we spoke about the dog last week, right?
Yeah.
From that point onwards, I found my boy. I found my baby. Little Milo.
I just can't believe you went and found one when you know it's the end of the year.
I was changing that. I was changing the date, okay? I was bringing it forward a little bit.
So, yep.
Just, 8 months. So I found this dog. He was the last left from the litter. He was crate trained. He was toilet trained. He was 8 weeks old. He was, microchipped, all the things. He's a smart boy. His name is Milo. Probably would have changed it, but that's okay. And I was liaising back and forth with the owner, and she's like, I've got to like, he needs a home. I've got my mum. She's not well. I've got 4 kids. They're all starting back at school, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I can take him from you. He was so ridiculously cheap. Like, so ridiculously cheap.
He was.
And I was like, holy shit. Anyway, so Jackson and I did get into an argument about it because he was adamant that we're like end of the year. But then he agreed to come see him with me. So I was like, once you see him, you will change your mind. And so I was meant to go see him tomorrow. But I got a message last night saying that he's found a home, which I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm glad he found a home. But I think if I had gone and seen him tomorrow, I probably would have got him.
Absolutely. I just know there is no way you were leaving without that dog.
Yeah.
And that's also why I'm like, stop looking. Yeah. Ban, unfollow the puppy pages. Stop
they
being
just
in
come
the
up.
groups.
It's ridiculous. But my point was valid. I said to Jackson, I was like, what's 8 months going to change? And he's like, well, like we'll probably be in a new house. And I'm like, but if we're not in a new house and we extend this lease, and then will we get one? He's like, yeah. I'm like, so you're going to say we're going to wait 8 months to potentially move house, and then if we don't, we're still going to get one? So we'll be in the same house. And he's like, yeah. I was like, I see. Anyway, it wasn't meant to be. Love you, Milo. I know he's going to be well looked after. And now I'm looking at flights to America. So
oh, this girl. Nah, it'll be good.
Nah, yeah. That was my week.
Be good.
No, it was
16 minutes
sweaty.
worth. Well, guys, that was Tori's whirlwind of her reality for the week.
Yeah.
Hope you all enjoyed and up to date on her life.
Yeah.
And now you're about to be update on my life. Prepped this week.
Yeah.
Is all I have to say. Yeah. I've like been definitely going through like the highs and lows. Started last week, low. Ended last week, high. Weekend, low, 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 low. Yesterday, high. So it's just going up and down. You can't predict any single day. You can't preempt anything. Calo's got dropped again, very low. Cardio's got increased, very high.
Yep.
So I'm just like, whew, yeah, it's doing its thing.
Do
but
you
obviously,
feel like this point in your prep compared to last prep,
same.
you feel the same?
Yeah.
You don't feel like it's more intense?
Mm-mm. Or I feel like it's more intense in terms of cardio is way higher this prep.
Yeah.
And I think Cal's are very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Wasn't your cardio at this point only like 3 a week?
Yeah, and then I dropped to 2.
Yeah.
I did not go over 3. Yeah,
Mm.
and now I'm at 5. So that's interesting.
Yep.
But I'm currently like 10 weeks out, which is just wild. But the biggest thing that I kind of felt this week with it was, let's say Monday, for example, Tori and I trained together, hard leg session, like we pushed.
Yeah,
right?
and I was like, I'm not training with you anymore because I'm actually not meant to be pushing myself so hard.
Yeah, okay.
But it was good.
Yeah. Woke up Tuesday, Tori's like, I'm not training today, I'm so sore. And I was like, I
That
actually have
must be nice.
yeah, I was like, I actually have no choice.
Yeah.
But then you could also eat more food to refuel. I actually can't do that. Right. So it's kind of like you'll go, and then you can't recover. You're like depleting. It's like most people would actually be smart and take a rest day, eat lots of food to recover. I'm like, but I literally have to go back and do cardio, train on top of that, eat minimal food,
do your steps.
do my steps. And so
Yeah.
it's like, and you also feel fatigued, and then you go into your rest day, you're like, cool, rest day. Oh, but it's rest day Cal's actually lower. So it's like a never ending cycle, but you also signed up for it. So like it is
Yeah, I
what
was
it
about
is.
to say.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted.
Exactly. So you've also got to keep that in the back of your mind, but it's then also not being like, it is hard at the same time. And it's
Yeah.
okay to be hard, but looking at it in a positive light as much as you possibly can, because some days are going to be great and some days are going to be bad.
And it's like, it's not forever.
no,
And it's
10
like,
weeks.
yeah, this next 10 weeks is going to be a push.
Yeah.
But then to get on stage and you'll just be like, fucking, I did that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I do love it, but it's also noticing that like, yeah.
and then one
it's
day you'll
pushing
never do it again.
Exactly.
And you'll be coaching people to do it and you'll know how to
Yeah.
coach them through it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The biggest thing right now that I keep picking myself up on is when other people say they're tired. They're allowed to be tired, Lily. They're allowed to feel that way. They're allowed to be
Yeah.
hungry. They're allowed to feel fatigued, right? It happens a lot like mentally, and I know this is going to be the same with like other competitors as well, and even just like whatever space you're in. But it's like when someone else is like, oh God, I'm like really tired. And then you're like, oh yeah, well actually shut the fuck up because I'm more tired. But
It's like when
no.
people say to me, like, my skin's so bad. I'm like, actually, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's like
I
me
get
saying
you.
my skin's bad to
Yeah.
you, right?
Yeah.
You've really got to pull yourself up. Or
Yeah.
if it's like, I've gotten out of a relationship and then someone's like, oh, when I got out of my relationship 3 years ago, it's like, you have no idea what I'm going through. But
Yeah,
it's
and
they
it's
can
like
relate.
Everyone has their own feeling of being tired. Everyone has their own
Yes.
in their head of what their bad skin is. Like
Mhm.
everyone has, they're just allowed to have that
Yes.
thought and that feeling.
So it's like,
But it's frustrating.
let them say it because absolutely they can.
Yeah.
And it's just like leaving it at that. So you got to like, I've got to keep picking myself
And like
up
you,
on it.
like, yeah, we don't know like what their routine could be to that's making like their routine could be hectic, their work could be
Yep.
insane, like training level, like they also like they actually could be tired.
Mhm.
Some people just say it because they're bored or
Yeah,
you know,
because
whatever.
they can.
But yeah, it is very frustrating.
Yeah. So you just got to keep picking yourself up on that
Yeah.
one. Anyways, besides that, 10 weeks, wild, coming up so fast. Social battery, see ya. So is
Yeah.
yours actually, either way.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of doing our own thing at the moment.
Yeah.
Guys, NF, if you listen to my gym stories, and I always have NF, the rapper, on my music, and he played in Brisbane on Wednesday night. And now I only found this out last weekend, coincidentally, because I was like, I wonder when he's gonna like if he's ever doing a tour. It was like 3 days, and I was like, oh my goodness, I had no one to go with. It was in Brisbane, started super late. I was dead by Wednesday.
I feel like I would have gone with you if it was like early afternoon.
yeah,
We knew about it. It's just like the drive, the late night. Like I'm such a grandma. I actually can't do late nights anymore.
yeah, you can't.
It's so bad.
Yes, I was just like, that's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
And not with like the stage of prep you're in.
No, it would have been absolutely because I had a 10-hour sleep that night. It would
Yeah.
have been stupid if I went.
Yeah.
Anyways, so sad. I'll just keep listening
will
to his
come back.
music. Yeah. I'm actually working with a supplement brand now.
Yes,
I'm
she
working
is.
with PE Science. It actually delivery comes today.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I haven't worked with a protein brand since EHP, which was
Yeah.
a year and a half ago. which is crazy. I've just like been putting it off because I was like, at the point in time, I was like, Ghost is the only one that I wanted to work with because I actually use their products. But I also do use PE Science. I do love their protein powder and their pre-workouts. I just haven't ordered any because I don't really have it at Elite Subs where I just like quickly go grab it when I run out. So when they reached back out to actually work with me properly, I was like, absolutely, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Already incredible, like with what they're offering me and things like that. So I was like, let's do it. And the thing that kind of like refrained me from going with them like maybe a little bit earlier was their shipping's really expensive. So I kind of like messaged them and I was like, what's the go? But they have a manufacturing place, warehouse opening up in Australia in 2 months. So I was like, oh, perfect. That's going to help everything. So I'm starting to work with them and I'm actually really excited to finally work with a supplement brand that I love and actually enjoy. Then Taylor Swift is this weekend. If you listen to this on the Monday.
Yeah. I was like, no, it's not. Yes, it is.
It's this weekend and I'm so excited. I'm going to Melbourne.
Do you reckon you'll cry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
What are you wearing?
Sorry, I don't know.
People ordered their outfits like 7 months ago.
Okay, and who am I? Lily.
Yeah, true.
Thank you.
True.
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of pink in my wardrobe.
Yeah. Sparklies?
You should wear the icon top. That'd be cool.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Anyways, she's this weekend and I'm going with Lily and I'm so excited to see Lil.
Are you the same foot as Riley size?
Cowgoy?
Yeah, the boots.
She's left.
No, they're leaving at 1.
Okay, I'll message her after and I'll ask. Sorry. So I'm saying Lily and I haven't seen her since I left Perth. Yeah. So if you don't know who Lily is, she is my ex's sister and we are still best friends. And I'm so freaking excited to see her. Yeah. And we're going together, spending the whole weekend together, going to train at Powerhouse. I'm keen for that. And let's just like quickly touch base. Taylor Swift obviously dates Travis Kelce. He is playing the Super Bowl this weekend. And can you just imagine if they win? Then she's going to be on a high. Then she comes to Australia the week after and she plays for us.
Is she bringing her man to Australia?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really texted
also,
her and asked.
On the Super Bowl topic, Usher is playing at the halftime and I'm so excited to watch his performance.
See, I love like the difference here. Like you're like, yup, the performance halftime. I'm like Taylor Swift, but also don't love the game. I absolutely take that back. But I'm like, understand it, get it. Would actually be really cool to watch.
Yeah, it would be cool to watch. Yeah. But I can't wait for the halftime.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, love it.
Anyways, I just thought I would touch on that.
Is that everything?
Yeah, that's
that
everything.
Was a long R&R.
See, I feel like, hey, mine was 6 minutes and yours was 16.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it's long. Okay, moving on into our new segment, Shower Thoughts.
Now, this shower thought this week.
I'm excited.
Who wrote this? Did you write this?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. Obviously, because I didn't write it. So,
yeah, I
obviously read it. Thoughts. Putting your boyfriend's or girlfriend's initials in your bio.
Take it out.
Interesting. I don't mind it.
No. No. If you are like primary school and like year 7 and 8.
Okay.
I can manage that. Because like it's cute. It's a big deal. It's like changing your Facebook status, right?
Yep.
Anything from like year 9. Okay, maybe year 10. Year 10 onwards.
Yep.
No.
Okay, so I'm thinking not on the purpose of like cringe, whatever. So easy to find if someone has a partner or not. Yes. Right there in your face. Like,
well,
cool,
actually,
take
was
a step
listening
back.
to a podcast the other day, and they mentioned this after we'd spoken about putting this in the segment, and he was saying, he's like, I don't want to go on your Instagram and like see it in your bio. It should be in like the top 6 or 9
True.
In your grid.
That's
like
a good
point. You should
point.
have a partner with a photo with your partner in the top 6 or 9 in your grid. Jackson definitely doesn't.
No, but you don't either.
I probably don't either.
Yeah.
But
if they're a man who just enjoys fishing as a tradie, I want to see my face right there. Thank you.
But yeah, no.
Okay, I agree. So let's say, for example, Jordy and I had each other in our bios, but that's because we did it from school, never came out. Because if you took it out, it's like, oh, what happened there? So we just kept it in, right? I also enjoyed it because obviously it was in the public eye for like a little bit there. And I was like, perfect. People go into his Instagram, they know. Anyways, so when
I like didn't hear that and I clicked it. Yeah, keep going.
But when what was I saying? I was like train of thought.
I don't know. I just think it's cringy as fuck.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
put Jackson in my bio now.
But if you do it now, that's not on. So if I have a boyfriend now, I'm not going to put their name in my bio.
I did it with my ex up in like, I think until, probably year 8.
Yes.
And then I was like,
no, I agree. So if you're coming up with someone, it's in there. It's like, oh, I'm not really going to take it out. But then if you're dating someone when you're older, I'm not really going to put it in.
yeah.
And I agree. You need to have like their face needs to be someone on Instagram so it's obvious. So yeah. Bottom line, young, yes, old, no.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, cool.
All right. Today's episode is all about the power of your morning routine and little hacks that change your life.
Yep.
Little things that just will change your life. Tasks. Yes, completely right. So we're going to go through our morning routine, which I think we've done before, but it's a new year.
So prevalent in our lives.
And like, you've got to have a good morning routine. It literally changed my life.
I literally have 5 dot points as to why you need to have a good morning routine. Number 1, increases productivity. Number 2, you feel in control. It lowers stress levels. You develop healthy habits and it boosts energy levels. Why would you not want a morning routine?
Yeah.
Is all I have to say with that.
I just couldn't think of anything worse than rolling out of bed, having breakfast and going to work.
Yeah, I know.
And Christina put on a story this morning. She was like, I think she said from 5 to 8. She's like, I feel like I've lived a lifetime before 8 o'clock. And I'm 100%. Like, I feel that.
Yes.
Not this week.
No.
But 95% of my life.
And there's sometimes you do need to get out of bed and go to work because you need that extra sleep. But it's for the most part, do something for you in the morning. It doesn't have to be this whole long list of to-do, tick things, whatever you want to do. It can literally be 1 or 2 things that are so simple, but you know every single morning that's for you. That's what you're going to do. And that's how you start your day.
Yeah. So we're going to give you our morning routines.
Yeah.
You can go first.
Now, it's not really my morning routine, but it's 5 things that I do every day because I don't have a specific, I wake up at 5 a.m., I go for a walk. Mine changes every single day depending on how I feel the night before. But these 5
things you will do every single morning.
Correct.
Therefore, still a routine, still good habits.
Yes, correct. Number 1 is I always get ready and I do my skincare. Now, I feel like
skin scare.
My skin scare. Oh, I wrote skin scare. My skincare. I have to do my skincare. It makes me feel refreshed. I feel ready to go. Same as getting ready. If you lounge around in your pajamas all morning, you feel like shit.
You do.
Now, getting out of your bedtime oversized tee, and you can get into a new oversized tee. That's still getting ready.
Yes.
It's not what you slept in. You feel fresh. So
this is my comfy oversized tee, but I have my pajama oversized tee, and they're just different.
So I'm not talking you have to put on high heels and jeans and a cute top, right?
Yeah.
We're talking just get changed.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Number 2, coffee and protein oats.
Yeah.
That's what I do every single morning. I have to eat breakfast. It's my favorite meal of the day, and I have to have a coffee. It's what I enjoy. It gets me up in the morning. So that's my morning routine. Number 3, now this might be like not controversial, but like some people don't like going on their phones in the morning. I love to reply to my clients in the morning because it declutters my mind. If I know I have heaps and I don't get to them till a little bit later, I'm stressed the whole entire morning. Like I have to get to them. I definitely don't need to. No one's like dying, right? But it just, that's what I like to do. I find it organizes my morning and then I can kind of go from there with my work. Now I don't do that with like literally the first 30 minutes of waking up, but I do it probably with the first 2 hours.
I think that's where that's more you working through the mindset of feeling stressed if you haven't responded.
Yeah.
So that you can be like, I don't respond until 9 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, but I do that, but it's like I will always do my client messages before I do anything else.
That's what I mean. Like your client messages, like they could still wait until 9.
Yeah.
Like it's you working through not being stressed that they're going to die if you don't reply.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
Personally, it works for me.
Yeah.
But it's only like little things. Like if there's form videos, I won't reply to like midday for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next one, movement. If that's like a walk or just getting out of the house to go get a coffee or just like literally get out of the house because we work from home pretty much all the time, getting out helps so much.
Yeah.
And then finally, it's getting up to my alarm. Now, I always decide this the night before what time my alarm wants to be and get up to that time. Like, don't get into the habit of snoozing it consistently. If you know you need to sleep in, don't set an alarm or set it to like 8 a.m. for like your last kind of final wake up. But I find that is like a huge thing. If I set it at 4:30, I'll get up at 4:30. If I set up at 6, I'll get up at 6. So like just really sticking to that. And then I thought I just had to add a little 6th one in there. Wordle.
Yeah,
I play Wordle
in the morning.
every single morning. It's so much fun.
It is.
Yeah. That's mine.
That's yours. Mine is basically the same every morning, but Did you hear that? My tummy just rumbled. Wow, it actually is lunchtime. That makes sense. So yeah, mine is the same, but just varies in terms of times.
Yeah.
And I'll talk through that at the end. But basically, I wake up to my alarm. I don't touch my phone, ideally until I'm outside.
Yeah.
I go for a wee. I have some water. I hydrate.
Personally, I pee every morning too.
Just had to put it in there. I wash my face. I like splash it with water or I'll ice roll, and then I put my hair straight up and off my face. I feel so fresh once I've done those two things. Mm-hmm. If you're like struggling to get out of bed, get up and wash your face, brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Instantly, I think you're going to feel awake.
100%.
Tie your hair up. Then I will get changed and I pretty much head straight out of the house and go for a walk. Yeah. Whether that's sunrise beach walk
or you always walk.
Yeah, like I won't not walk.
Yeah.
It just, even this morning I didn't want to, and then after I did, I was like, yeah, I'm glad I did that. And just getting sunshine first thing in the morning is going to help circadian rhythm and just overall energy and mood. Then I've now incorporated breath work as soon as I finish my walk, and I grateful enough to have Lino, who is Coach Holler on Instagram. He sent me some of his breath works, which I just like, they hit different.
They do. The ones you played me.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, that's actually cool.
He's just like so incredible. And he sent me a 5-minute one that I've done this week, and I'm just like obsessed with it. I'm yet to do a couple of the longer ones. So I'll do my breath work, and then I'll have my celery juice. And generally I'll do my journaling. This week I haven't, which I also feel like is a part of why I've been feeling the way I'm feeling, because I haven't put my journaling or my gratitude in morning or night. So slap on the wrist for me. And then I'll also do my Wordle.
Yeah.
And then I generally just like to like clean up the kitchen, either unpack the dishwasher, put the dishes away, clean the kitchen space because I hate it. Or we'll do that night before. But generally we put the dishwasher on every night. So it's ready to be unpacked in the morning. And I just like doing those little things to have a clean space for the day.
100%.
And then, I get into my work.
Yep.
But I just feel like having, and like both mine and Lily's as well, like there's no like 5 a.m. wake up, 5:15 this, 5:45 this. We have the routine and we'll set our alarm to whatever we, like if I'm like, all right, I need to sleep in this tomorrow morning, I want to get up at 6 to do all my morning routine, I'm going to set my alarm for 5.
100%.
Like if I want to be starting doing things by 6 or whatever I want, I make sure that I have time for that list of things every single morning.
Yeah.
If I don't do that, see you later.
I agree.
Yeah.
You have to, this kind of like literally leads into tiny tasks that change your life.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
The number one literally kind of falls up from that. Plan your day before the day starts.
And like the night before.
The night before. If you're waking up and you don't know what you're doing for that day, good luck to you.
Yeah, honestly, I did that this week it was probably Tuesday, the day that was a write-off. And I just was like, I spiraled. I was like, okay, am I gymming? Am I Pilates? Am I walking? Am I like, what the fuck am I actually doing? And I hadn't organized my day.
Yeah. It can be as simple as, okay, at least I know what I'm doing for the first 2 hours of the day.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, 100%.
You just need to know something. Like you can't wake up and be like, oh, do I want to go for a walk or do I want to go for the gym? Or if it's like, okay, I'm going to wake up and see what the weather's like.
Yeah.
Have 2 game plans.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if the weather's not good, then I'm going to go to the gym and walk on the treadmill. Or I'm going to train first and I'll walk this afternoon. Just something.
Yeah, and it's like if you're going to get up and see how the weather's going, you're getting up and getting ready for a walk regardless if that's on the treadmill or outside, but you're up and you're ready to walk.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. So just want to like example, last night I wrote my list for the day and it was literally morning routine, walk, dishes, clean kitchen, have my breakfast, refresh, and then sit down and do admin where I've got a list of things I want to tick off straight away. Knew I would have the podcast recording today. I'll go home and eat lunch and then I'll get straight into finishing my notes for my intensive and then editing the vlog. And then I'm going to Pilates at 4:30.
See? Let's read mine. Do you go on Notion?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said 6 a.m. walk because I know that I was meeting Sebastian for a walk at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Then check in with Beck, video. I know I have to do cardio training steps. They're always there, but depends what time.
Yeah.
Then under my work column, I have client responses, Royalty notes, onboarding my 3 clients, client programs, and then 3 dot points as well that I have to do to respond for clients as well.
Yeah.
So it's like I also categorize mine. So I would be like, okay, like prep, then I'll do work, then I'll do podcast, and I just like have them.
And I think that's good too, and also adding like me time in there. Like I think it's so important, like for me and you probably as well, like my me time is my mornings, like having that. And like yesterday I felt off, so I was like, I went for an afternoon beach walk before I went to teaching. So just making sure you're doing like little me time things in there during your day.
Absolutely.
And again, it can be the smallest thing, like just romanticizing your skincare with some music on with no one interrupting you. Like the smallest things like that, but just making sure you're having time for yourself.
Yep.
Number 2, which we all know I love, clean space equals clear mind, especially around bedtime. So like I said, cleaning the kitchen before bed. Even yesterday, like I had a washing basket in my room literally all week and I was like, fucking this is annoying me. Get up and clean it. And instantly I was like, yes.
Yeah. Well, it's like when I go to bed and my room's messy, I feel like cluttered. I'm like, oh, I'm just not having the best sleep. I don't feel like clean in a way.
No, I get it.
So I'm like, clean your bedroom. It's like literally hygiene. Part of your hygiene. Like have a good, clean hygiene routine and you're good to go.
And just with Jackson being in bed all week, we've had to change the sheets twice. The bed stinks because he's like been hot, cold, sweating. Like there's literally a stain on my sheet now because of his sweat. And it just stinks. So this morning I'm like, aircon's off because he's been blasting it because he's been hot 24/7 and he still sweats and it's like Antarctica in there last night. I open up the windows, I put a candle on. I'm like, this room needs some circulation in
Jackson's paying for the electricity bill.
Yeah, honestly. And so I just had to refresh because that was like, you know when someone's been in like a bed for a long time?
Oh, I know exactly.
Like, yeah. So just like clean your bloody space.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Next one. This is, I reckon, I'm going to point to myself. Do the
Yeah,
task.
I wrote this thinking of you.
Thanks so much. Do the task straight away.
Yeah.
Straight away. It's not hard. It's actually, I'm going to go bring it into the 1 minute rule. If something takes you under 1 minute, do it right there. Do not delay.
It's like, what were you doing the other day? You were like, was it your washing?
Maybe.
No, I don't know. You walked towards the laundry and you did something and then you walked away and you're like, no, Lily, just fucking do it right now.
I had empty grocery bags, like the recyclable ones, right?
We have like a place in our laundry where all the shopping bag goes.
2 of them. I put them on the floor in front of the laundry instead of taking 2 extra steps and putting them in the cupboard. I literally chucked them on the floor, walked away, looked at Tori and I was like, Lily, get your shit together, walk back and put them in the cupboard right now.
Quite literally said it out loud and I just laughed.
And that's what I did. So it's kind of like you do have to pick yourself up on it because it's a habit. It's hard to break.
And like, especially like I was like that as a kid, or I feel like most kids would just go out and put their dishes in the sink, which is better than leaving it on the table for sure. But then my mum's ex-partner would always like fucking get so angry at us if we just put the dish in the sink. Like wash it, rinse it, put it in the dishwasher, or if it like just had toast on it, like wash it and put it in the strainer.
And it takes 2 seconds, and then also your mental fatigue isn't as like evident later on in the day because you're like, oh shit, I still have to do that. Oh, I have to do that. Yeah, literally right then and there.
Do it.
Yeah.
This morning, like, and I have another what's the example? I couldn't think of a word. Example here. It's like when you hear the washing machine like sound go off that it's finished, and you just sit there and you'll just listen to it.
Yeah.
Ring and ring and ring and ring until like it stops and then you forget about it. When you hear it, just get up and go. It takes 5 minutes and it's probably a good, like if you're sitting at your desk, it's a good like refresh, stop thinking about work for a second, come back.
Yeah.
Just do it.
What do you find's worse? Filling up your car with petrol or hanging out the washing?
Petrol. I love hanging out the washing.
Oh, mine's hanging out the washing.
Especially when it's sunny.
I hate it.
Like this morning I did a load of towels and I love nothing more than washing towels and hanging them out in the sun. They make them crisp and fresh.
Oh, I hate the crispiness.
No, I love it. And then they smell fresh. And now they're just hanging inside because it's fucking raining.
Yeah.
But definitely petrol. That's the worst.
Yeah. Next one.
Number 4 is invest your money. So easy, but in what? Oh, yeah.
And interest. Yes. I wrote this one, obviously. Because she was like, what is she talking about? So basically, I wish I did this so much earlier, right? I'm with ANZ. ANZ have another little part to it, ANZ plus savings. Literally, transfer your savings across, earn interest.
Yeah.
Literally.
I think most savings account have good like interest.
But
it depends what rate it is.
And it has to be a specific interest. So like the normal ANZ, I'll get like a few cents, few dollars, right? This one's like I'm talking a few hundreds of dollars a month. Yeah. If it's just like sitting in this account, so good. Don't have to transfer all your money. It can be little bits at a time. But like, why aren't you doing that? Yeah. It's like a tiny task that's going to change everything for the future.
I have got into a really good habit now. As soon as I get paid from whether it's my management or the studio, anything that I get paid for, straight away, GST goes away, goes into my savings.
Yeah.
And I just keep, like, I honestly don't keep, like, I keep a fairly small amount in my, like, everyday.
Yeah, same.
I never have to transfer. I remember the days of, like, standing when, like, something doesn't go through and you're like, fuck, I need to transfer. Like, there'll always be enough money in there. But I've just got in a really good habit now of just going, yep, GST savings.
Yeah.
Good.
See, sometimes mine does that because I like have a certain amount that I give myself every week, but sometimes it's like Beck's payment will come out, my posing payment will come out, and then my gym payment comes out, and then there's 3 different like apps that I have like on subscription that come out, and I'm like, holy shit, I forgot about all that.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit,
I hate when I hit
can't pay for a coffee.
your car, or you don't
Yeah.
pay for your car.
And like,
My
I
car
promise I
comes
have
out.
money. I just need to
Yeah.
transfer. Yeah, that fell over. Cool. Next one. Listening to lo-fi beats while you work.
Oh my God, life changing.
Life changing.
I hadn't done it for a while, and this morning I did it. I was in a literal vortex, like, bang. And bless, I'm sitting in my bedroom on my desk, and Jackson messages me. He's like, miss you. And it just comes on my laptop. And I was like, oh, I love you so much. He's like, I love you more. And then I turned around, and he was like, I need a cuddle. And I was like,
You're getting me out of my vortex, mate.
yeah, I know. I was like, give me 5 minutes. Nah, but it was really
Yeah.
cute. But it's so good.
It seriously makes
Especially on
biggest
headphones.
difference. Yep. Literally type into YouTube. No. Spotify. Lo-fi beats. Done. Play. Or go into YouTube.
And you can get,
what's
like-
the one that we do binaural beats?
Yeah, binaural beats. And you can get like ones for focus, ones for sleep, there's so many different ones. Another one on Spotify I love is just like, let me read it to you. I literally have it saved because I'm obsessed with it. It's like inspiring instrumentals, uplifting, energizing, positive.
Oh, yeah. I heard that new story the other day.
Yeah, so
That
good.
sounded really good. Yep. Next one.
Next one is, which we touched on, following the 1 minute rule. If
Yep.
you can do a task.
Yep.
Moving on, everyone knows that. Getting outside every single day.
If you're not getting outside, I don't care if it's raining, get outside.
Yeah, I
do
agree.
something
Walk
outside.
in the rain.
Stand there. 3 minutes. Just stand outside, chill a bit. Okay, that's my minutes for the day.
Yeah,
It's just like
it's
you
the
feel so
fresh
much
air.
better.
It's just, yeah,
Something about it.
you're getting grounded.
You are. Yeah.
Yeah. Next one.
This one, setting your alarm for 15 to 30 minutes earlier than you need to. Just have a slow morning, because a lot of you probably work like 9 to 5, right? Instead of getting up and rushing, set 15 minutes earlier, 30 minutes if you will, and take that extra time to slow down and do what you need to do, so you don't start your day with your adrenals high, with your cortisol levels high, rushing left, right and center. You'll just notice a huge difference to the output of the day.
I love. It's gone. It literally just escaped.
So, yeah.
What did you say? Setting your alarm.
Yeah. Are we still talking on the... Yep.
Yeah, the morning. I was about to say something about the morning.
It's just a slow morning. It's just doing things for you in the morning that... I don't know. Next one.
it just really escaped my
Yeah,
my
you
brain.
just kind of like threw me off as well.
Sorry. Doing a timed 10-minute tidy up. Yes.
I have to time myself to clean up.
She does.
Or else I'll take an hour to do the smallest task. Literally 10 to 15 minutes. I can only do small stints. Don't give me 3 hours to clean the whole entire house. And if I am, something's wrong and ask me. But
Yep.
I have to time myself, because then you rush, you do it quickly and you're done. Set timers.
Yeah. Like, put your phone on Do Not Disturb and just get it done.
Yep.
And you feel so good after it. And
Yeah.
that's coming from a person who wasn't ever really I wouldn't say I was a messy person, but I wasn't a clean freak. I'd say I'm a bit of a clean freak now.
Yeah.
But coming from all of this, coming from the person who never got up before 9 a.m. That was early for me. Never really prided myself on understanding the value of having a clean space to help productivity or just feeling better. And these are the habits that I've had to learn, and now I genuinely couldn't live without them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Next
Period.
one.
Listening to happy music changes your whole mood.
It does.
Go and I skipped one.
That's fine.
Go to my Spotify. I think it's linked to my Instagram on my link, and I've just resorted my whole Spotify, and she looks really aesthetic, and I just there's something about having a really good playlist.
There is, but it's also just what you consume is what you believe, and it's your energy for the day as well. So I actually noticed the other day I was driving to the gym listening to NF. Now that does sometimes get me in the mood to push hard, but it was actually making me quite sad. And I was like, wow, I'm kind
It's
of
when
in a
you're
down mood.
Training, you can have him on because you're
Yeah.
yes, grind.
Yeah.
But on the way to the gym, it's you want to be hyped up and feeling
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So I immediately put SoundCloud on, unwritten remix. I was then I was like, oh, now I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
happy. So it just really goes to show what you consume is the energy you literally are going to feel. So if you're feeling sad, chuck some good music on. You just can't sit there and cry if Taylor Swift's I Knew Your Trouble is playing. It doesn't work like that, right?
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah.
Next one, read the ingredients on your food. Now, random, because like a task that changed your life, but it actually seriously does, because what you again consume is how you are going to feel. Example, right? Example here. Oat milk. It's not great for you.
No.
I'm completely aware, right? I've been told by many people I have it every day. But when I was like, okay, let me actually do some research myself and let me read the ingredients list, really bad for you, right? Yeah. Really bad. Sometimes you actually need to do the research yourself to believe it and have the facts come to your brain. Then I've like slowly transitioned to almond milk, but then I read the like different ingredients from different brands on almond milks and like found the one that's going to be best for you, and also my prep as well. And that's now what I'm going to consume. And I just like, this could be completely placebo, probably is, but I feel like my skin's already better in the space of a week from like switching from oat to almond.
Oats are inflammatory.
Yeah.
So it does. That's why I've gone off oats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I won't
and you have
oats.
oats in the morning.
Exactly.
So like you will keep doing that. So to reduce some part of that is and that's even Jackson said the other day, I need to stop drinking so much oat milk, because he'll have like his coffee and then he's like XO or Cocoa Bombs, whatever. But Kylie Ross, did you see her homemade almond milk?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say washing powder.
No, that, yes. But she did homemade almond milk this morning.
Wow.
And like literally bought a massive bag, and she was trying to figure out whether it was going to be more like cost effective. But she got like out of a cup of almonds, she got like that much almond milk with just almonds and filtered water.
Wow.
So I'm like, maybe we should buy that.
Yeah, I think it's just so important to educate yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Just to know what you are eating.
But then I'm like not really allowed nuts at the moment because my skin. Yeah, and I'm like, I don't want to have oat milk, but I don't want to have almond milk.
Yeah. So I think 100% there's also a line, right?
Yeah.
I'm still going to have chocolate now and then. I'm still going to have processed foods. I'm still going to have chicken nuggets when I'm drunk, right? We get it. But it's, for the most part, is actually just being educated around what you're eating. Read the back of the nutrition labels. Know what's good for you. Know what's not. It's going to change your life because it's going to change how you feel.
Yeah.
Bam.
Period. Moving on. Oh, shit. I just scrolled all the way up.
Next one. Take 3 big, deep breaths.
Yeah.
Literally do it right now. So simple. You feel so much better. The second I feel overwhelmed, I just sit there. I'm like, okay, just take a few breaths.
And it's just like bringing your awareness back to your breath, because it's one, a form of gratitude, and two, it's re-leveling out your nervous system.
Yep.
Because if your cortisol spiraled and you just take literally 3 to 5 minutes to just like stop, breathe, reevaluate, you can reassess.
100%.
Yeah.
Easy.
Next one is using soft lights at night. This is huge. And I'm like still want to get a couple more like lampy vibes. Even like LED lights, like even that to have like at home would be so good. But like our kitchen lights are like bright white lights.
Think doctor. That's how I like surgery.
Yeah, like a surgery room. But then our like lounge room lights, which I started to switch on, are like a bit more warmer, and they're just nicer to have on at night.
Yeah.
In our bedroom, I will never have our light on at night. It'll only be the lamp, which is like a warm orange light. But it just makes such a big difference.
It does. It calms your nervous system.
Yeah.
And even it's like, don't have all the lights on in the house. Like have like one, if you're cooking, have the kitchen one on. Don't need the lounge room ones on. Or if I'm sitting in the lounge room, I'll sometimes just have the kitchen one on. So then like it's kind of a little bit darker.
And it's also like it's actually scientifically proven to like help you wind down.
100%.
Help with your circadian rhythm and everything like that.
I agree. This one, remove notifications from your phone. I've turned off Instagram. I've turned off Snapchat. Gone. Like I don't even get DMs. Helped so much. Yeah. I'm not constantly checking my phone to be like, oh, what message came through? Who's commented on my like photo? Yeah. Literally turn it off. Distraction's gone, and then it eventually leaves your brain.
Since we started using Snapchat again, mine's been off like I reckon all of last year. TikTok's been off for like 2. Like I never had them on, and Instagram I turned off probably October last year.
Did you? Huh. Yeah. It's so handy. And just like I always have my phone on Do Not Disturb as well.
Yeah. And it's just like, well, I'll get to it when I get to it. If you 100%. Need me, call me.
Literally.
Yeah.
And call me twice.
And if you don't have my number to call me, then obviously there's a reason for that.
Yeah. Literally.
Now this is more for you, but I'm going to say anyway. Buying a coffee out and doing something of enjoyment. Now, there's 2 parts to this, because I'm like, we're being smart and we're saving money.
Okay. We are.
But to treat yourself once, maybe twice a week to buy a coffee out, totally.
Would you like some maths?
Okay.
If you buy a coffee, rough coffee price, $6, if you will. It's probably a small coffee, let's be realistic. Okay, how many coffees we're buying a week? Let's say we're going to buy 3 coffees out a week. That's $18 a week on coffee. Times by 52, okay, in the year. That's $936 on coffee a year. Personally,
Can you do my acai bowl?
I don't think that's much. Times by 10, obviously, that's 10 grand nearly on coffees in 10 years. You still don't have enough for a house deposit, so you still go buy your coffee.
Okay, so you're giving me girl math now.
Yeah.
That's not where I thought you were going. Do 20 times 52
So you're buying one.
acai bowl a week.
It's only $1,000 on a SAI a year. Do you know how
That's
happy
not
that
that
makes you? Enjoyment here. I'm all about
Yeah,
spend money
okay.
on things that you enjoy. I'm not spending money on Ubers and alcohol
Okay,
and all those
yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
New
No,
outfit
yeah.
every weekend.
100%. We don't go out. We don't do drugs. We don't buy alcohol. We don't go buy new. Like, yeah, I 100% get that. But maybe when crunch time comes and we're actually we're buying a house, probably not going to buy a coffee every day.
No, not every day.
Yeah.
3 times weeks.
Yeah, yeah,
Perfect for
no,
me.
totally. Mhm.
Okay. Just thought I'd throw
Glad
that
we
in there.
agreed on that.
Yeah. Next one.
Love this.
Spending time alone. That
Oh.
will change your life.
I was thinking of the next one.
Yeah.
But I do agree. I think learning to, and we've spoken about this so many times and probably needs to have its own episode.
Full episode.
But spending time on your own is hard initially. It takes time. It's a habit that you actually have to build. But when you can enjoy your own company, you're like the queen bee of your own life.
I freaking love being alone.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
And it's not being lonely, it's just being
No.
alone.
Thank you. There's a
Yeah.
huge difference. And also a difference between isolating yourself, right? Like,
Yeah,
I still
yeah.
love my friends,
Mhm.
but I also enjoy my alone time. I feel like myself. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, yay.
Yeah.
Anyways, love that. We're going to do a whole episode on that. So let's go
Yeah.
to the next one.
I love this. Ingredient prep over meal prepping.
We both do this.
We both do this. I will literally go and do my big fruit and veg shop. I will sort everything out. I will cut. Because I'm not I won't eat the same meal 6 times a week or whatever. I will prep roast potato, roast capsicum, do up my zucchini, have some pasta there, have some rice there. So I can change my meals because I just love being I feel like tuna and rice today. Oh, tonight I feel like pasta. But I have it there ready to go. And I'm not fiddling around.
It's so much easier, I find, than meal prepping. Sometimes meal prepping even overwhelms me. I'm like,
yeah.
holy shit,
And
there's
I
so
also
much going on.
Just if I'm getting up on a Thursday, I'm oh, I don't want that satay chicken that I
prepped
meal
on
prepped
Monday.
on Sunday. Yeah, yeah.
But the best thing is okay, well, I already actually have chicken prepped. So if I want pasta, all I have to do is boil the pasta,
Yeah.
put some pesto in it, and I already have my chicken cooked.
Yeah.
Easy. Still only takes 3 or 5 minutes, whatever, to do. So meal prepping food helps so much more. I even do rice for
Yeah.
4 days in a row.
Which
Oh, nah. Mum's wrong. Personally,
I don't think she's wrong. So
for my inconvenience, she's wrong.
yeah. So rice is one of the foods that can grow mold
Bacteria.
bacteria the quickest when
Not mold,
it's
bacteria.
not bacteria when it's not fresh. If you've I'm sure everyone does this, a lot of people meal prep your rice, so you've just got a big batch of rice in the fridge. Obviously, I'm hoping we only all heat our rice up once.
Yeah.
To
I
eat
think
it.
that's the biggest
That's
takeaway.
the biggest thing. But leaving it in the fridge, I'm going to say, longer than 4 days.
So how this came up was my rice has been in the fridge for 6 days and it's still there. There's still quite a bit there. And I was like, fuck cooking rice again today. So I call Mum. Why I called her because I didn't even listen to her anyways. I don't know, but I did. And I was like, so how long can I leave rice in the fridge before eating it? She was like, a day. I was like, nah. You're wrong. She's like, no, it's literally so bad for you. And I was like, and so many other things in the world. So let's talk about
Lil's mum's on her health journey at the moment, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Lily, not so much.
But I'm just like, okay, let's be realistic. In terms of health-wise, sure, 1-2 days, whatever. Where's the line for food poisoning? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
And she was like, maybe 4. I'm like, okay, I'm at 6. She was like, Lily, throw it out. And I was like, fuck. So anyways, I'm pushing rice 4 or 5.
We need to buy little labelers for rice and chicken to put the date that we've cooked it or opened it.
That's so
the
smart
milk.
because I always forget.
Same.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Okay, love that.
Last one is literally so good. Having a sippy lid over a screw-on lid for your drink bottle.
If you don't, you're not drinking enough water.
Yeah. But also I've never been one to drink enough water, and having a straw changes it.
It does.
I will sit there on my desk with my straw in my mouth the whole time and I'm
Same.
just sipping
Yep.
without even knowing.
Yeah, my Frank Green sits there, my chin's on it, and
Yeah.
I'm typing away and I'm sipping, and all of a sudden I need to pee 5 times.
Yeah.
And it's gone to fill it up twice.
Yeah.
It changes the game.
Yeah.
Even at the gym, I can't be bothered unscrewing the lid and then tipping it back. And majority of the time, I tip it too far back, it goes all over me, right? So
First world problems.
it's so much easier
Yeah.
to have a straw or a sippy lid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love that.
100%. So that's our little like topic of the week. And I think it's so important to understand like this isn't all going to change at once.
No.
Like this is what we've learned in the past probably 3 years of our like self-development journey. And like not going to speak for you, but I think you were similar. But like I said earlier, I was not one to value a clean space, to get up early, to have a morning routine. Like I was up 9, 10, 11 a.m., sleeping like late at night. Like I didn't value all the things that I do now. Like I probably value sleep too much at this point in time. But it's so important to know that like you have to slowly implement these habits, but they actually will change your life.
100%. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to go from 0 to 100, but literally one step at a time that makes you feel better. Then once that's easy part of your routine, you don't even think about it, move on to the next. Add something in. So there are little things that we love.
This is our raw reflection of the week, and this name is brought to you by an amazing listener, Emily. So shout out for no one liked audience advice, except for the girl who sent in the question. She said, this is my audience advice for the week. But anyway, it's now called Raw Reflection.
Yeah.
And I love it. I do really love it. It fits the vibe.
It does.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a bit long, so don't butcher it.
Yeah. Ladies, hello. Absolutely love you both and the podcast. So happy it's back. Thank you so much. I have a question for audience advice.
Okay.
Raw reflection. In the topic of calories, I would love to know your thoughts on counting calories for your average lifestyle girly who wants to see progress in the gym and build muscle/lose fat. I know I probably speak for many other girls here when I say I find counting can be a little problematic and makes me lose my ability to eat intuitively. I have started a new gym program in the gym and the coach online. Emphasis counting calories. I've noticed that in my deficit calories, I'm actually holding on to weight and feeling more inflamed/heavy. I want to stop the counting and I want to stop the counting and just try be more intuitive, but no, my goal is to lean out, so I don't want to stuff it all up. Would love your thoughts. Thank you. Love this question. Love this topic. You go.
Who's going to take it away first?
You go.
Okay. You can do both. Now, I think my biggest thing is people get caught in the mindset that if you count calories, you get so fixated on the numbers. Now, I 100% get that, but I think counting calories is so important for education.
Yeah.
That is like the bottom line, because you can like literally look at a meal and you could be like, oh, this seems less calories, but it can actually be way more calories, and then that's less. Like literally the tiniest things like that. That is why counting calories is important for literally education, knowing how much protein, fats, and carbs are in things. Now, when it comes to losing weight, you can absolutely eat intuitively to lose weight as long as you're mindful and educated around it, right? If you're not educated and you have no idea what you're doing, I do think tracking is the best, but it doesn't have to be tracking every single day, every single meal. It can be like, okay, I know roughly how much I'm eating every day, and I'm going to track just on the Monday, and I'm just going to try and replicate that for the next few days, swap in a snacks few here and there, and I don't have to track for the rest of the week.
Yeah. Speaking to my journey with this, I 100,000% agree that education is the biggest thing. I think like for me, coming from, the competitive elite athlete background, my mum was a good role model, but then going through the phase of like gaining weight and everything that I did, I had to track calories for a certain period of time so pretty much once I met Jackson and we went on this new training program and started tracking calories, I had to do that for, I'm going to say, overall, I reckon it was like a year and a half, but there was gaps where I didn't track in there. And it was like tracking for a bit, have a little break, tracking for a bit, having a little break. And I think when you are, like she said, the average lifestyle girly and you don't need to lose this weight by a certain goal, which is also going to make it more like beneficial and substantial and realistic. I think like being able to track whether it's like a month and then you have a week off and then another month and then a week off, whatever you can like do it for. And then in that week, it's like you're just intuitively eating, you're remembering and trying to figure out, the calories of what you've tracked before. And so for me, I think that's where it was so important, where I had to have those little breaks mentally or I would spiral. And there was times where I did spiral and was everything numbers.
Yeah.
And now I'm at a point, and I even probably tracked, I would say I tracked for a bit last year.
Yeah.
Before Europe, because I went into a bit of a deficit. After Europe, coming into Christmas, I tracked for a bit. And I think this year and the last couple of months where I've like slowed down my training, really just started to eat intuitively and not overeat, is where I've finally been like, oh, like I've actually lost a bit of weight, maintained my muscle, feeling good, training less, not overindulging my food, still having my chocolate, and I'm not tracking at all.
Yeah.
So I think like the biggest thing that I've had to do is educate myself on numbers, educate myself on food. And I think the biggest thing too is so many people will track their calories and still eat like shit and then go off tracking, continue eating like shit, and then they've like increased their food so they're not hitting their macros and whatever.
It's also like, okay, I'm going to make, let's say, overnight Weet-Bix for an example. And you can do that meal prep and you're like, okay, but I'm eating really healthy. I'm having overnight Weet-Bix in the morning full of protein, but you're scooping a huge tablespoon of peanut butter. It's like, oh, but I'm only having a tablespoon of peanut butter on top. It's like, yeah, but that's probably like 40 grams, which is double the amount of servings, which is nearly 300 calories. So it's like,
and it's always the little things,
right? So it's that tiny little thing that's going to send you over the edge. So it's just being smart about that. Now, when you're saying that, like, I feel like I'm almost like stepping back, right? In terms of like, you're not really moving in the deficit and you're starting to focus on the counting part. I actually had a client that I'm literally in this phase right now. We just finished a deficit phase and we got to an absolute standstill. Nothing was working. And I was like, we need to get out of it. And she was like, but I still have more to lose. I was like, I promise you, you're going to find more progress once we kind of go back to that maintenance phase. You're not going to be as stressed about it. Your body's not going to be as stressed. And then I was like, and you know what? I also want you to take Fridays completely off tracking. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, because you're getting a little bit too fixated on the numbers and I want you to learn how to intuitively eat. So it's like, okay, so from Monday through to Thursday, tracking perfectly. Friday, doesn't track at all, not even once on MyFitnessPal. Also taken away the scale, so she's not weighing herself. This check in this week, she's like, I feel like I've made so much progress. One, she doesn't know what she's weighing, so she's focusing on how she's feeling. And she's like, I'm getting strong in the gym because she's eating more, so she can energy output can be more intense at the gym. So it's like little things like that also help, and I think it's so important to also tell this to your coach, and they can work a lot closer to you, because if counting calories isn't work, absolutely, I would never push that on someone. Like, okay, I'm going to jump on a call with you, do a Loom, a video thing, whatever, go through your nutrition and be like, this is what you should implement, keep this, and I'm going to educate you around it, rather than being like, okay, let's track 150 grams of chicken. Yeah. You know?
And even in her message here, she says, I'm actually holding on to weight and feeling more inflamed and heavy. That could be if you're not eating enough, your body's in fight or flight, so it's holding on to everything. Yeah. Which is exactly what I went through, and I was the same. Like when I first started with Jackson, I had to increase my calories slowly and start eating more to lose weight. Yeah. It's wild, I know.
It's scary.
It's scary and it scared the fuck out of me, but I had to trust him. And maybe this is where like you can have this conversation with your coach, and if he's forcing these like the wrong kind of way to go about it, then maybe it's like looking at another coach or just like having a deep conversation about it. But yeah, because you're feeling inflamed and heavy, it could be because you're not eating enough. Yeah. And like your body's holding on to everything to keep going.
And it's like some coaches are going to work for you and other coaches aren't. And that's also, every coach is great in their own way, and it's finding one that suits you. I find every coach almost, like not even actually close, but like every coach has knowledge, right? They know what they're doing. But it's the person behind it that you're going to be the most attracted to and that you need to mesh the most with. And it's also, for example, it's like, okay, well, if you're in prep, you keep pushing down calories, so maybe I should keep pushing down calories because then I'll achieve my goal. It's like, okay, but look what I did before that. My calories got up to 3,000 for 8 months solid. So I've almost like retrained my metabolic rate and my metabolism to be able to like chew food through a little bit faster, have more muscle density, all those things, right? So it's like, have you done that? Have you gone through that maintenance phase to like be able to sustain that deficit a little bit longer? And it's just like honestly working with a coach closely. Yeah. Don't think that answered your question specifically, but we gave you lots of different viewpoints there.
Education is key.
It's basically, yeah.
Wow. These lights are killing my eyes. So we're going to be done here. We are out. Thank you guys so much for listening. As always, if you want to get involved in the podcast, not as always, as of season 4, send in a DM or an email to us, all linked on our Instagram, titled Raw Reflection. Yep. And we will get back to you. We'll pick 1 or 2 each week. Yep. But love this episode. If you loved it as well, please share it on your stories and tag us.
Yes, we love seeing all of them.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll speak to you next week.
After Taylor Swift. Let's go.
After Usher at the time. Half time, Cherry.
See you guys.
Bye.